What we'll find as we have people try to tick the top of the tee, they're going to start making their divot just slightly in front of it.
Okay, Tone, so that one there, that wasn't over the top, but we see a lot of players, they do get over the top. This very typical movement where we see the golf club get thrown out, quite a steep angle coming in. We're going to hit this chop suey and snap that. So you've got a great drill set up here. What I want you to do, mate, jump in here and kind of show me and talk about this exercise here. If we are someone who's over the top, then what's the purpose of this stick here?
Okay, typically, person that comes over the top, they have it reversed how they get over to the left-hand side. So when they get up to the top of their backswing, instead of getting the weight shift, they're coming across with their upper body, and it gets them over the top. Most of the people that I teach are 15 to 25 handicap. They watch a lot of stuff on TV. They haven't had any instruction, and they know they have to turn, and they get so aggressive with the upper body. So this drill solves a lot of problems. If I can get them to set up properly, take the club back, and you're going to see on this, I won't hit the stick going back.
Perfect.
And then if I can come back down underneath, you're going to see that it forces me to get my hands forward as I'm coming into the ball, coming in from the inside, miss the stick, hit the ball. You're going to have that tight little draw that you're looking for, and it enables to make the lesson super simple. You know, there's not a lot of, you got to shift your weight over. What I would do is, like, I'd have you set up and then go to the top of your backswing. And then I hold my club there, and now I want you to transfer your weight onto your left side a little bit.
Yeah, I love that.
And that forces you to start with your lower body because I'm not allowing you to go with your upper body. Then you swing down through it, you'll miss the stick and have your tight little draw.
Yeah, and I would say that's probably one of the most researched sort of catchphrases, like how to stop a slice, how to hit a draw. And a lot of players, they might be trying to come from the inside and all these other sort of variables that you can affect, but at the end of the day, they're focusing a lot on the process of what's happening and not really working too much on, let's say, this tangible outcome of seeing a positive result down the bottom of the swing. Now, we would see that player when they set up to this. I love the fact that this is on a straight line because we know that the golf club arcs around our body in the backswing and follow through, so the club tracks nicely on the inside. But having that visual there and that feedback, that immediate feedback, that if I'm getting a little bit excited on the way down, my hips spin back, the club comes out, I'm going to snap that thing right in half, right? So just having that set there and get a sensation of what it would be like to be able to get the golf club coming underneath that. Now, I would say that when you do this, right, and I saw you do it quite a lot yesterday, now, I feel like you're giving me a bit of credit by putting a ball on the tee, but I saw you start off with just a tee in the ground or just brushing, just to get a small little sensation of what it's like there, to get this golf club traveling underneath and then slowly building up.
Right, that's exactly what we do. And what we'll find as we have people try to tick the top of the tee, they're going to start making their divot just slightly in front of it. They'll start brushing their grass because they've allowed their hands to get in this position. So they are going to be striking down ever so slightly. The divot will be on the correct side of the ball. And then once we get them to start swinging underneath the stick and hitting balls, it will be that.
And I absolutely love that, because even if I was having the intention of swinging underneath that stick, if I'm letting this go early, I'm actually going to hit it with the top end of the toe there, and well, that doesn't really look too powerful, does it? So having this awareness here, and even someone who's played golf the majority of their life, this is still freaking me out. Now, I know my club's not going to hit that, but I love that visual representation of having that object in the way, of me forcing myself to put the club into a position where it's swinging under that. Now, let's say I do that and I knock the tee out. What's next?
Next, tee back in the ground, and then we hit a ball.
Okay, great. Now, are we doing this at half speed?
Half speeds, you know, initially, if we can keep the ball low, that is going to ensure that we get that forward shaft lean that we're looking for. So short, punchy shots, you know, 65 yards, but try to keep them down.
Okay, great. I love that sort of internal cue of ball flight, of just feeling and getting the sensation that the ball is going to stay low, because that instinctively for me wants to encourage me to shift my pressure forward, get my handle leaning forward, and assuming the club face is in a functional orientation, this here I feel like is really going to produce a desirable result. So let's clip one down there.
Perfect.
So the first shot that I hit there went pretty straight with maybe a little fade, and I felt like I did the same thing, but all I tried to do was avoid the stick and these very complex mechanical movements that a lot of players get themselves stuck up in.
Are going.
Well, that was probably the best, most compressed little shot that I've hit in a long time, mate.
No, you're welcome.
Good job.